Well, Arunachal Pradesh will probably want to, have these openers stick till the end and put up a good solid start for their side. Very full length, straight onto the pads it was. Wasn't a total Yorker. That region between Yorker and full length. Full length delivery, just slightly flicked on the offside, straight to the fielder at extra cover. And this is again wonderful bowling by Namrita Rai. Sikkim, if we compare their performance from the previous day, in the day opener, where they locked horns with Meghalaya in the second match, all their bases were so covered. Yes, with the batting they were phenomenal, but their bowling is what stood out, which eventually won them the match. Each of their bowlers has all their bases covered. Gently tapped. You can just see how consistently. And Namrita Rai is one such bowler who likes to stick to the basics, not experiment too much. And she will consistently attack for that good to full length area. Where probably, and her speciality is that for the right-handed batters, she doesn't really allow too much of a room for them. Yes, there's the connection this time, but excellent fielding effort that. That was very wonderfully fielded. Excellent field placement. And the excellence from Namrita continues. She's just dealing in after that boundary. She's just dealing in the singles. 3 overs done, 2 coming off it. Arunachal Pradesh are 11 for no loss. Change in bowling. Now it's going to be Lizameet Lepcha who's going to be brought into the attack. Probably the skipper of Sikkim, who's Nandika Kumari, wanting to experiment a bit. For length, driven on the offside to the fielder at cover. In the air, just falling short of the fielder. So Arunachal Pradesh are struggling a bit in finding the boundaries. They did get one early on in that first over, but apart from that, they haven't been able to get themselves any start here. This just shows what Sikkim is able to do. Again onto the pads. Will be a quick single. Oh, that's a close call. Direct hit. And it's been reviewed for a run out. Well, it's been given out. So there's the final confirmation, and Sikkim have their first breakthrough in the power play. That was excellent field placement and excellent presence of mind by the fielders. We'll take a look at that replay again. Absolute bullseye, direct hit, and direct hits on majority of the occasions ensure you, to the fielding side of course from their point of view, ensure that it's a goner for the batter. Arunachal Pradesh lose their first. And the new batter will be N. Rani. Last ball of the over will be just a single. A very good over this by Liz Hamid and Sikkim. 4 overs done. Arunachal Pradesh are 13 for 1. And again a new bowler brought into the attack. It's going to be Dikshant Chetri coming in for the 4th over. So the skipper of Sikkim is not sticking to those first 2 bowlers who bowled for Sikkim. Rather, she's wanting to start experimenting in the power play itself. Which is again, I think, a very interesting, I wouldn't say it's right or wrong, I would say it's interesting because if you're confident that will be a wide, but there's protection, so it won't roll away to the boundary ropes. So, I think it's an interesting move, and if you're confident that your bowling side will deliver, then you are, you have the liberty to experiment with your teammates. Diksha Chetri. The batter had no inclination, and that has to be, I think, one of the best deliveries that we've seen in this tournament so far. Clean bowling, Taryen and Arunachal Pradesh in very quick time lose their second. That was an absolute jaffa. Let's take a look at that replay. That was on the slot, straight aiming for the middle stump and dislodging the bails. That was wonderfully done. Arunachal Pradesh are 14 for 2. We'll take a look at this. You cannot stop appreciating the brilliance of Diksha Chetri. She was sensational with this delivery. And the new batter will be Nabam Yakar. Oh. Another decent over. I think not just decent, that would be an understatement. Another good over by Diksha Chetri. She has her first and gave away just a single till now. Though it's 2 runs because the earlier run was a leg by. Last ball of the over. Firmly put on the onside for a dot because of excellent field placement. A very good over this by Diksha. 5 overs done. Arunachal Pradesh are 15 for 2. And let's bask into the beauty of this view which we have seen over the course of 3 days now of this tournament. This ground is situated among the hills of the gorgeous state of Sikkim. On the onside for a single, it's Lizamid Lepcha back into the attack for a second over. Didn't get any connection on that. That'll be a wide, will have to be bowled again. Arunachal Pradesh are 19 for 3. And that struck hard by Kino. It will race away to the boundary ropes for 4 runs. So the boundary coming in after a few overs right after the power play. So this is actually just the second boundary for Arunachal Pradesh. The first one came early on inside the power play in the first over, and after that, right after the power play, exactly 5 overs later, the second boundary comes up for Arunachal Pradesh. Better come back by Diksha Chetri, just breezing past the outside edge. On the offside to the fielder. Another quiet over this, except for that boundary. Six coming off this over till now with that boundary for starters. Last ball of the over, cut away, but again we'll find the fielder at cover. 7 gone, it's 25 for 3. It's Pranita Chetri brought into the attack. Question asked. That was straight onto the pads. Might be missing leg stump. That might be the issue. We'll take a look at that. Replay. Lofted. That seemed close, but umpire clearly saying the batter is safe. Very lofted, dancing down the track over the bowler's head. Bit of a chase that will race away for 4 runs. So now the boundaries are coming in good time for Arunachal Pradesh. They are coming in very good time, and rightfully so they should be coming, because Arunachal Pradesh opting to bat first should be aiming to score those boundaries frequently. Flicked along the ground on the onside to the fielder at mid-on. And now the boundaries coming in for Arunachal Pradesh. It's Kino and Nabam, who've both respectively faced 7 deliveries. One is on 6 and the other is on 8. And Arunachal need to try and stitch up a partnership. Onto the body this time, run out opportunity, gone begging. That was a very risky single taken by both the batters. On the outside again will be a dot. A good over this is turning out to be till now for Arunachal. Last ball of the over, tap for a single, good fielding. End of the 8th, Arunachal Pradesh are 31 for 3. Diksha Chetri with a third over. She already has provided a breakthrough to Sikkim and just given away 7 runs. She's been wonderful. She's continuing. She's banking on her brilliance from that tournament opener. That should be a wide. Will have to be bowled again. Towards point, the shot, a very quiet over till now. Pretty quiet over this till now, just an extra been given away by Diksha, but otherwise she's continuing with her economic bowling. Full end delivery onto the pads. The striker wants the single, but in the nick of time has been sent back for the non-striker because she wasn't confident to take that single. The field placement of Sikkim has been wonderful. Even after when the field restrictions have been lifted, it's pretty attacking. Like majority of the fielders are on the offside. That's cut away, but we'll find the fielder at cover. You can just see somehow the batters of Arunachal Pradesh are not finding any gap where they'll be able to clear, opt for frequent boundaries or even aim for a maximum. That will be a wide, extra again, so the second extra of the over. Slapped down. Do they want to come for the single? Yes, they do. They don't have a choice. Just see, Diksha hasn't given away a single run, and yet 2 runs have come off it. Those 2 from only the wides. So this just talks about the capability that Diksha has. Last ball of the over will be a dot to finish. Another excellent over by Diksha. 9 gone. Arunachal Pradesh are 33 for 3. Diksha Gurung this time. The earlier one was Diksha Chetri, and now it's Diksha Gurung. A change in bowling. That's been played, but will find the fielder for a single. Lofted, played. I think the body language of Arunachal Pradesh's batters should be such that they should be in an attacking form. Just swing the bat as much as you can, because then you can just show the attacking body language that you have, and automatically that will put the opponent, the fielding team, on the back foot, and then maybe you can even end up getting a few boundaries or even a maximum. But for that you need to have a very positive body language which somehow is missing. Halfway through, 10 overs done. Another quiet over, Arunachal Pradesh at 34 for 3, and it's drinks break. Here's the batting scorecard for Arunachal Pradesh. Well, the 3 wickets they've lost, and apart from that, even the batters at the center haven't been able to do much with the scoring. Nabam Yakar, the skipper herself. While this is the bowling scorecard for Sikkim, Liza Mead and Diksha with a wicket apiece, and the other was a team run out. And this is the worm for Arunachal Pradesh as things pan out till now. 3 wickets falling in very quick succession. There's the column graph that will help you understand it better. In 3 consecutive overs. So the drinks break done. I'll give a quick update to everybody who's joined just now. You're watching day 3 of the NECDC Under 23 Women's Interstate Tournament 2026. And I'm your commentator, your voice, Damini Basu. It's between Arunachal Pradesh and Sikkim, the first innings where Arunachal Pradesh after 10 overs posted 34 for 3. And it's Diksha Chetri who's been brought in for her 4th and final over of the innings. That's in the air, but will just fall short of the fielder. Stationed at deep third man. Just 2 coming off this particular over till now. Nabam on 10, Nabam Yaka 10 of 12, Kino 8 of 19. That's high up in the air. Is that an opportunity? opportunity over the fielder's head. That was a close one from Arunachal Pradesh's point of view, and even the run out couldn't be affected. Full length, pushed on the onside for just a single, and no, they won't go back for the second. Swing and a miss, that stayed low. Last ball of the over, way wide outside the off stump for just a single. Oh, they'll come back for the second, is it? Yes, and they'll get it comfortably. Good running, good thinking. 11. Oh, run out opportunity, yes! I think the second run was absolutely unnecessary. And the run out has been affected. Excellent match awareness. And Arunachal Pradesh have probably just gifted away the fourth wicket. Gone, and it's two back-to-back wickets for Sikkim in quick time, and suddenly the batting lineup of Arunachal Pradesh is getting wobbly. Half their battalion is now back to the pavilion with just 40 runs on the board. That was a very peach of a delivery by Diksha Gurung, clean bowled the batter. And here's the replay to that wonderful Jaffa moment by Diksha Gurung. And the new batter into the attack is Dayum Poppy. Arunachal Pradesh are rightfully in a spot of bother. Full end delivery along the ground will find the fielder at the extra cover region. Just a single given away in this over. A wonderful one again by Diksha Gurung. Last ball of the over, lofted, swung along the ground on the onside towards deep mid wicket. A good one by Sikkim again, 12 overs done. Arunachal Pradesh are 42 for 5. Yeah, that was pretty wide outside the off stump. Just saved the wide by inches. Two back-to-back dots. It's Namrita brought back for a third over. That's in the air. Will just fall in the no man's land region. One in three balls in this over. Cut away. Again a dot. Sikkim just not allowing Arunachal Pradesh to break free. And the boundaries, except for those two boundaries, in fact the three boundaries, everything has dried up for the batting side. In the air, will land safely, no impact on that shot, will be just a single, just two coming off it, 13 overs done. Arunachal Pradesh are 44 for 5. And Diksha Gurung back with a third over. In the air, just over the bowler's head. I think the bowler couldn't really fathom that it could have been a catch opportunity. Otherwise, she would have definitely tried to go for an attempt here. That's left. So this has pretty much been Arunachal Pradesh's story till now in this entire innings. Opting to bat first. This has been their performance till now. They've just managed 3 boundaries. Shimmy down the track. Flicked along the ground on the onside towards deep mid-on for a single. This has been a very quiet performance by Arunachal because a lot of factors come into play. They haven't been able to stitch partnerships. They haven't gone for big overs. And they're just allowing the Sikkim players to push them on the back foot. Even in this over, it's just 3 coming off it till now. And such low scores aren't really going to propel you on the bigger stage. Last ball of the over, gently tapped on the offside towards cover for just a single. End of the 14th. Arunachal Pradesh are 47 for 5. Namrita Rai with her 4th and final over in this innings. Pulled away on the onside. Will find the fielder. Yeah, it's a no ball, a free hit. So a gift, an opportunity to Arunachal Pradesh, and they should now be able to play freely this particular shot. They should go for it because it's a free hit, so no fear of getting out. And it's a wide. So the no ball continues. 50 runs are up on the board for Arunachal Pradesh. So the no ball and then a wide. The free hit is still on for Arunachal. Slapped hard along the ground. Didn't quite get any impact on it. Good fielding. Good wicket keeping by the wicket keeper. Slapped hard on the offside, bit of a chase. This time it will be the boundary for Arunachal Pradesh after a very, very long time. After in fact a few overs, the boundary has come of Dayum Poppy. That's just the mere fourth boundary in the innings for Arunachal Pradesh. We'll take a look at that replay. That was very well timed, very well placed towards the deep extra cover region. Last ball of the over played along the ground for a dot. End of the 15th, Arunachal Pradesh are 55 for 5. That's played with power and it will race away to the boundary ropes. This time it's by Tarak. She welcomes Diksha Gurung, who's come in for her fourth and final over in this innings with a wonderful boundary. So maybe Arunachal Pradesh have realized it's high time they need to score. And she slaps it towards the onside, the wide long on region for a boundary. This was a furious and a confident one. That's in the air. Will land safely and it will be two back-to-back boundaries. So this is turning out to be a very good over. A very rich over for Arunachal Pradesh. Both coming off Tarak. That will be a wide. So this over is now becoming very expensive for Sikkim. A rewarding one for Arunachal, something they should have done right from the start of this innings. Wide again. Two boundaries, two wides. It's all happening in this over. Cut away on the offside. This time it's fielded very well. Gone! And now Diksha Gurung comes back. And that's the counter punch. When the batting side was just getting the hang of this over, with two back-to-back boundaries, well, Diksha strikes back with her second breakthrough and the sixth for Sikkim. Cleans up the batter and Arunachal are 6 down. Absolute bullseye. Slid along the ground for just a single, and that concludes the 16th over. Arunachal Pradesh are 66 for 6. This was a pretty evenful over. Pranita Chhetri with her third over. Beats the fielder, but there's protection. Just a single given away in this over till now. Flicked hard on the onside towards deep mid-on for another single. Oh, bit of a collision between the batter and the bowler. It's pretty common when the bowler tries to stop the ball and even the batter comes in between. But no damage done, that's the important part. Just 2 given away of this over till now. Last ball of the over will be a single to cover, and a risky run that the dive saved. 17 done. Arunachal are 69 for 6. Lisa Mead Lepcha for a third over, brought in the 18th. Just kissing past the top outside edge of the batter. And the split saved her from a potential stump out. That'll be a wide reload. This is wonderful bowling by Lisa May. She's just, using the swing, the outswingers. So on two consecutive occasions, we've seen the ball just breezing past the top outside edge of the willow of the batter. On the offside, the single stopped. Very good fielding effort, except for the wide, not a single run has been scored in this over. Arunachal should be aiming to reach the 100-run mark from here, though it seems slightly difficult. Along the ground again. For just a quick single. Swing and a miss. Tarak wanted to go for the big one, didn't get the connection, and lucky that her bails didn't clip off. 18 done. Arunachal Pradesh has 71 for 6. Lofted full length delivery, and it's Pranita Chetri with her fourth and final over. It would be interesting to see if Arunachal Pradesh can reach that 100-run mark. Along the ground, pretty lengthy. If boundaries are not coming in, then Arunachal Pradesh should definitely aim for at least running between the wickets, aiming for the twos, because that way also you can increase your scoring rate. Oh, that's pulled away straight to the fielder. Oh my word, an outstanding piece of fielding. That was a wonderful catch taken at the Silimidon region. We'll have to take a look at this replay. Full length, shimmy down the track, pulled away, an outstanding catch that. That was sensational. I think this still now has to be one of the best catches that we've seen in this tournament. And Arunachal Pradesh are 7 down. That was wonderfully taken. You can just keep on looking at this replay and be awestruck. Last ball of the over, swing and a miss. An excellent over this by Pranita. Even she has one in her kitty. 19 done. Arunachal Pradesh are 74 for 7. And that's the batting worm for Arunachal Pradesh. Going till the top. 7 wickets falling. The last one, an absolute screamer taken by the fielder. And it's Lizameed Lepcha who's been handed over the responsibility to bowl the death over, which will also be her final 4th over. That will be a wide to start. Shimmy and appeal. Wicketkeeper appeals. We have to wait for the square leg umpire's decision on this. That was very well done, but what is the... Oh yes, she's gone. Okay, the batter is gone. So there is the final confirmation. The batter will have to depart and Arunachal Pradesh are now 8 down. That's excellent glove work from behind the stumps. We'll have to take a look at that replay. This angle, I think the split didn't help the batter. Yes, this angle should help. Oh, this was the reason. The split wasn't enough for the batter. The new batter in will be Tana to join Nabam. Deflected inside, inwards onto the pads. Not much impact. A wonderful over this by Lizamit Lepcha. Just a delivery remaining in the for this innings to conclude. Last ball of the over, swing and a miss, and that will conclude the 20 overs. Oh, there's an appeal by the wicket keeper. Is it given? Well, no, it's not, and that concludes the 20 overs. Arunachal Pradesh are finish 75 for 8 in their 20 overs. That's the final score, 75 for 8 in that. In fact, it's 9. Okay, now there's the confirmation final. So that was the 9th wicket falling. Wonderful effort by the wicketkeeper again. Excellent presence of mind. Arunachal Pradesh finished 75 for 9 in their 20 overs. So the target will be a 76 that Sikkim will have to try and chase down in their 20 overs when they come out to bat in the run chase. আচ্ছা আমি ওটা মেনশন করে দিয়েছিলাম শুনতে পেয়েছিলে হাইলাইটসটা কি দেখানো হচ্ছে হাইলাইটসটা
Sorry.
And it's the highlights of the first innings, how things panned out. across your screens, Nandika Kumari, the skipper, and one of the best batters of her side for Sikkim. And if she manages to stay till the end and do what she did from that tournament opener against Meghalaya, well, it should be an absolutely easy victory for Sikkim. But you never know. You can never write away Arunachal Pradesh, because even they have some wonderful bowlers in their bowling lineup. And they would be looking forward to getting this prized wicket of Nandika Kumari. Nandika and Sam are the openers for Sikkim, while Navam Yakar will be the opening bowler for Arunachal Pradesh. 76 needed and 120 the equation. Here's first ball, straight onto the pads, just a shot offered with no run. Deflected again on the offside, no runs taken. But Sikkim, no, it's just 76 that they need to chase in 120 delivery, so they don't need to rush things per se. That's played with power, and the charge early on from Nandika. It's a boundary. So like I said, that if Nandika gets going, it will be easy for Sikkim. And she took the first three deliveries to try and understand what the bowler is trying to do. And in the fourth delivery, got the boundary for her side. Let's take a look at that replay. That was flicked on the onside with power towards the deep backward square leg region for 4 runs. Last ball of the over, pulled away on the onside, straight to the fielder. I think a certain boundary has been stopped and the single taken too. Good start by Sikkim. First done, it's 5 for no loss. Taryen coming in for the first time to bowl. Starts with a dot. Pulled away on the onside over the fielder's head, but there's protection at the boundary ropes. Excellent field placement by Arunachal Pradesh. Nandika was probably wanted to go for another boundary, but you'll have to give it to the skipper of Arunachal Pradesh for the field placement, placing the fielder at the correct position, probably stopping a certain boundary. Swing and a miss. In fact, it's a wide. Straight back to the bowler for a dot. Lofted with power, it will race away, and this time it's Sam joining the party alongside Nandika with the boundary scoring. So Sikkim are bringing in the boundaries, speeding up their journey to the target. Another good over till now. Last ball of the over, slashed on the offside for a quick single. A good over this by Sikkim again. 2 overs done, it's 12 for no loss. Swiped on the onside, and that's dangerous. That's risky. Appeal by the wicket keeper. Well, what is the decision? It's going to be a huge moment in the game if a wicket is taken here. Oh, I think this angle seems so. Wicket umpire has reviewed. We'll have to take a look at the replay. Well, this angle says so. Yes! Would you believe it? Just when it seemed that Sikkim were off to a good start, well, here you are. I said you could not write away Arunachal Pradesh. Excellent field placement, excellent presence of mind, especially by the wicket keeper. And Samar is having to walk back to the pavilion after having just thrown away her wicket. It was so unnecessary. I think it was a brain fade moment for her. And the new batter is Pritika to join Nandika Kumari. Flicked on the onside for another dot. Last ball will be a dot, and that's a wicket maiden for Arunachal Pradesh by Navam Yakar. Excellent over this. A wicket maiden. Sikkim are 12 for 1 after 3. Need 64 in 102. That races away, and it's Nandika Kumari with the boundary. So the counter punch coming in. She's trying to make up for the wicket maiden in the previous over. And she's done a wonderful job with this. Swing and a miss, just breezing past the outside edge of the willow of the batter. It's Tarien being brought back for her second over. Swing and a miss again, way wide outside the off stump. A good comeback by Tar after having given away that boundary in the opening delivery. 4 overs done. Sikkim are 16 for 1. That will be a wide, will have to be bowled again. Tarakyal being brought in. Well, there was in the bit of a misfield, but the fielders will eventually reach it. It was in the air for a brief period of time over the square third region. Swing and a miss, just breezing past the outside edge of the willow of the batter. Oh, that just, it's so low and just kissing past the leg stump. And the boundary will still be received by Sikkim. The fielder did try her best to stop it till the very end, but she missed it out completely. And instead of pushing it back, it just ricocheted on her leg and went on for 4 runs. We'll take a look at this replay. It's been given a bye and 4 runs. A gift to Sikkim. They need another 53 and 93 from here. Last ball of the over will be just a quick single. It's another good over this for Sikkim. 5 overs done. It's 24 for 1. They need 52. They need 53 in 90. In the air over the fielders at backward short leg and deep backward square leg will race away to the boundary ropes for 4 runs, and it's coming off Nandika Kumari again, and she's continuing hence from where she left at the tournament opener against Meghalaya, single-handedly taking her team forward. Oh, lofted, that will be a wide, will have to be bowled again. The runs coming in easy and in good time for Sikkim. Full length will just be defended. This is a very good comeback by Koma N, who's been brought in for the first time to bowl in this innings. The onside with power, it will race away for the second boundary, and it's again Nandika Kumari. She hits it towards the sweeper cover region this time. That was a low flick, and it raced away furiously for 4 runs. Speeding up to the target, Sikkim. It's Nandika Kumari again leading the charge for her side. Last ball of the over, pulled on the onside. Will that be another boundary? No, there's protection. This time at the deep square leg region. So the power play done, a very rewarding one for Sikkim. After 6, they are 33 for 1, need 43 in 84. Lofted, that's in the air, straight to the fielder! A very good catch taken, and it's Pratika who will have to walk back. Oh my! In fact, it's Nandika, the prized wicket. Arunachal are elated. It's the prized wicket of Nandika Kumari that they were desperately searching for. Would you believe it? Tarak brought into the attack with the second. And it's Nandika Kumari's prized wicket. Tarak just brings the slightest change in her bowling length. And Nandika wanted to go for the big one, had no idea that the fielder was stationed well at deep mid-on. Let's take a look at that replay. Lofted, that was played high, and the fielder running in to take a very good catch. She's not dropping it, and she is rightfully elated. The big fish, Nandika Kumari, the skipper of Sikkim, has been sent back. She was going so well. Sikkim are 33 for 2. Flicked away. Oh, beats the fielder. It will race away. So the counter bunch coming in. Oh, excellent fielding effort that at the boundary ropes. At the deep square leg region. So it's all happening at the center. It is all happening at the center. That was excellent fielding at the boundary ropes. A certain boundary has been stopped. So Arunachal are also not giving in so quickly and easily. Swing and a miss. Lofted, pulled away, beats the fielders, and this time also it will find that same fielder. She was doing a wonderful job at the boundary ropes at deep square leg. That's a wide reload. This is a good comeback by the bowler, not giving in the runs easily, and suddenly Arunachal Pradesh look the confident side, having got the prized wicket of Nandika Kumari. Last ball of the over, that's pulled away, and this time also it will find the fielder. An excellent performance this in this over by Arunachal Pradesh. 7 done. Sikkim are 38 for 2, 50% of the runs scored. They need another exactly 38 from here in 78. The honorable VIPs flanking the VIP box, members of the association. The young Poppy being brought in to bowl for the first time. On the offside, very good fielding by the fielder at gully. Appeal question asked and it won't be persisted with. Umpire says batter is absolutely safe and can continue. Let's take a look at that replay. Pulled away over the fielder's head. Is that a boundary this time? Yes, it is a boundary towards the deep square leg region. It's Pretika who gets the connection. So now it's she who's leading the charge for Sikkim. Sikkim need another 34 and 75. They are in good control still of this match. And this is what probably the standout point for Sikkim is. That will be a wide, will have to be bowled again. Flicked with power, beats the fielder, bit of a chase. And eventually the fielder reaches. No! It will still be a boundary. The fielder will be mighty disappointed because she had given it her all. Full marks for the effort. You cannot take away the marks from her for the effort. But what she had to do was push it inside. Rather, she just lost grip at the last moment. Take a look at that. She chased it till the end. Pounced on it, stopped it, but it just went on to ricochet of her knee and then straight to the boundary ropes for 4 runs. Wide. On the foot, it was a Yorker towards the onside for just a single. Last ball of the over onto the pads. Question asked again. Umpire not interested. 8 overs done. A very good over for Sikkim. It's 49 for 2. Dayum Poppy brought into the attack for the first time. In fact, it's Tana Nanu who's been brought into the attack for the first time. There's a change in bowling. Tana Nanu. Lofted towards the offside to cover for a dot. Just kissing past the outside edge of the willow of Pritika, and the 50 runs are up on the board for Sikkim. Beats the fielders, it will race away for 4 runs. Now it's Pratika now. If Nandika Kumari is in there, they have Pratika and she's doing the job. A boundary coming off a no ball. This is a rich over for Sikkim. It's all happening right because I think the standout moment for Sikkim has been that they are not giving in. Though Arunachal did get the prize wicket of Nandika, but after that, it's not that they are relying on one particular player to stand up for them. Pratika is now leading the charge. He's now the top scorer for our side, 21 of 22. Two back-to-back boundaries, first a boundary and then the boundary of the no ball. Now just 16 runs away from a very comprehensive victory, Sikkim here. Lofted along the ground, it will chase, it will race away to the boundary rope. So the third boundary, a very, very rich over this. This has been a very good, a very rich over. Wonderfully done, wonderfully played. This time it's Diksha Gurung. So 9 overs done, Sikkim are 64 for 2, just 12 runs away from victory. Tarien brought in for a third over. Will Sikkim look to try and finish things off in this particular over, because not a single maximum has been hit. But the rate at which they are scoring boundaries, they would definitely want to hit those 3 consecutive boundaries and finish things off in style. Swing and a miss. Excellent fielding. I think a certain boundary has been stopped. That's get the connection. It will race away to the boundary ropes for 4 runs. And you can just hear the loud cheers from the Sikkim dugout, rightfully so, because they know they are on to registering another comfortable victory. So halfway through, 10 overs done. Sikkim are 69 for 2. Just 7 needed for them to seal victory. They are just 7 runs away. Oh, the Pritika wanted to scoop that over. Didn't quite get the connection. Would have been interesting to see if she would have been able to get a boundary of that. She was wanting to scoop it over the fine leg region. That's high up in the air. Is that the maximum? Yes, it is the first maximum of this entire match coming up with Pritika. And that makes it the winning moment for Sikkim because the scores are now level and just the solitary run remains for Sikkim to seal things off. What an absolute glorious shot over the deep backward square leg region it was. Swing and a miss. This was the first and solitary and only 6 of this entire match, hit by Pratika, who's on 28 of 30, not out, still on strike. No, the winning run still awaits. Last ball of the over. That's even better than the earlier one. And it races away for another maximum. Pritika finishes things off in style with 2 sixes in the over. She stays not out. 34 of 32. Taking her team over to a victory line. And it takes Sikkim just 11 overs to finish things off. They finish on 79. And win. And Sikkim win by a big margin of 8 wickets. As they finish 81 for 2 in 11 overs. And Pritika is the star performer today. She's the one standing up for Sikkim. Those 2 maximums coming off her in the single over to seal the deal. An 8-wicket win for Sikkim, 2 on the trot. For Tarak Yal. 11 overs 81 for 2 is what Sikkim finish and win by a big margin of 8 wickets. and Sikkim. First of all, a big applause to Sikkim for a big win of 8. It was a very comprehensive win. And now we will head straight to the player of the match. While there were some outstanding performances. Firstly, a huge shout out to Kritika Chitri for staying not out 34 of 32 and hitting those 2 maximums in the last over. But it has to be Elizabeth Lemcha, the player of the match, for her 3 wickets. It's Elizabeth Lemcha, the player of the match. Please see the encouragement coming in. She was outstanding with the ball.
পুরো একদম স্ট্যান্ডে হ্যাঁ একদম পুরো উইকেট বরাবর রাখলে পরে তুই বুঝে যাবি
Wonderful bowler and exceptional performance on display today. Very well done. That will conclude the presentation. Now I request both the teams to please come up for your photograph. And then we'll head for the toss for the second match of the day. Thank you.
চাপ নেই চল ধরো আমি ওই এটা সেট করো উইকেটে করে নিয়েছো এই তো করে দিলাম তো আবার কি আছে
And to just let everybody know that the next toss will happen at 11:30 a.m. So the skippers of both the teams are requested to please be at the crease at 11:30 for the toss.
আমি কিন্তু ক্লাস 1 এর স্টুডেন্ট হ্যাঁ সবাই দাও